Welcome to Voodoo Whiskey Gaming, and this is my late review of Soulcalibur VI. I played it on the Xbox One. It's also available on the PS4 and Steam. Okay, so this is really late, mostly because I got home and started playing Red Dead and totally forgot to do a review, not gonna lie. So let's jump into it though. First of all, the story goes like every Soulcalibur game ever. There is the evil sword and there's the good sword, and if you can get your hands on one, you become super powerful, and if you're evil, it kind of adapts to you, really, is what it is. The sword is also corrupting the earth, and you need to stop that, basically. And in the regular campaign, you start out as Killick, you play as a few other characters, and it's his journey because he's been corrupted. Then there's the other campaign, which I can't remember really what it's called, but you make your own character, and you basically do the same thing. To put it simply though, I don't care about the story in this game. It's not well done, it's not interesting. Neither one of them is told in an even vaguely engaging manner. They're both told through still images and a picture of the character that's speaking at the time. Which, honestly, that's boring and kind of pointless at this point in time. I mean, even Street Fighter V went back and added cutscenes. Like I said though, the stories are just boring. Nothing about them engrossed me or got me even vaguely engaged, especially the way they're told does nothing to really catch your attention. They talk about certain fights that happen in the stories, but rather than actually enact those fights, you get to watch a couple of flashes on the screen that signify the battle. To put it simply, the story is boring and it doesn't do anything special or new, and it's told in a horrible manner. As for the audio, the music is good. I love the music in the game. I love the sound effects in the game, but the voiceover work ranges from pretty good to garbage. It's just really inconsistent. Some of the voice actors actually put some effort in, and others did not at all. As for the gameplay, it's a fighting game. It's one-on-one. In certain times, you will fight multiple characters, not at a time, but in a row. And that just depends on in the campaign or whatever you're doing. I was honestly disappointed with the arcade mode because each character didn't have their own little story. It was just you fight your way through X number of enemies. As I already stated, the campaigns are really uninteresting. The creative character mode isn't bad. It's not amazing though either. A lot of the characters we've seen before, there weren't a lot of new ones, which that is disappointing. I will also say, and I hate this, that Tira is a character you can fight against, but you have to pay to play as. I'm not okay with that. The fact that she's already in the game and fighting against me, and I don't even own that DLC, that's obnoxious. To put it simply, none of the game modes were anything new or spectacular. It was what's been there before, and it's fine. I have always enjoyed in Soulcalibur the fact that you can knock your opponent out of the ring. I think that's cool because there's a lot of games where you can't do that, and it can bring the match to a very abrupt end in a positive way for you or your opponent if you happen to position yourself just right, but it can also be a little too easy at times. As for the controls worked well. I never had any problems with the controls throughout the game. They were very responsive. I never had an issue with it responding to me pressing a button or doing what I needed it to when I needed it to. Lastly, the graphics. It's a pretty good looking game, but it's not on par with a lot of other games out there. I'm not going to say it looks dated, but it doesn't look as good as Mortal Kombat X, which has been out for quite a while. This is a pretty short review, and to sum this game up very easily, while I can't find anything technically wrong with it, I just didn't have fun playing it. If you ever played Soulcalibur 4 or 5, then you've played this game, and honestly you've probably played a better version of this game because at least that stuff was new at the time. It's nothing that hasn't been done in the Soulcalibur universe before, so it's just kind of, you know, worn itself out, honestly. Like I said though, there is technically nothing wrong with this, and if you're a big Soulcalibur fan, you're probably going to enjoy this, but I've always enjoyed the Soulcalibur franchise, and honestly, every time I tried to play this for the review, it felt like a chore. So I've got to say I don't recommend it. Not because there was anything technically wrong with it, but because I simply didn't care when I was playing it at any point in time. Okay, so in the comments below, why don't you tell me what your favorite Soulcalibur character is? And as always, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please hit that like button, and if you like what I'm doing in general, share, subscribe. Have a good one.